Greetings and welcome to I Am Powered by Love TV. I'm Demi and this is your Soul Scopes. And we are going to be doing Aries, Decan 2. And so I want to welcome everyone in. You want to stay tuned for the whole reading. We're going to be doing your 2021 predictions. And for all the beautiful humans who are tuning in for the very first time, this is an Akashic Record channel reading where your soul books meet your horoscope. So, welcome in all you human beings, and let's go to your reading. All right, for all my Aries Decan 2s whose birthdays are from March 31st to April 9th, we're going to get your love reading started here. And don't forget, if you've never done it before, for all of you returning back, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for you, if you haven't done it before, you might want to check your partner's soul scopes. See what's going on with them. And this is a good time to do it for sure. You should do it every time, but this is a good time to do it just because you're going to see everyone's predictions and a whole bunch of other stuff going on in the predictions. So you stay tuned, watch the whole video all the way through. All right, so Aries, already what I'm hearing for you guys here in Decan 2, that you are definitely ushering in some new cycles. The way you are going about the love area of your life, I'm going to start with these three. Love that for you. Really is not bringing you to the fulfillment of what you want. And so the first part of this is there is a lot of longing here, and you are dreaming and wishing beyond the reality's ability to manifest. And so you're looking into the future of what it is that you want in the relationship, but you're not bringing the answers and the results from the heart. So this is a longing. This isn't just like a fantasy or you're daydreaming. They're saying that you are longing for something that you're not really focused on in the present reality, and you're not paying attention to the present reality in order to bring this to pass, because your fears are overriding that. When you look into reality, you're like, I don't even know how to deal with this right now, and I'm not even sure where to start. And all of that has brought about a mental anguish. So you're in a mental conflict. You're battling how to go about fixing it, and you're using all intellectual and all manners of mental agility to try to figure out how you can fix it with the tools of manipulation and passive aggressiveness. So there's a lot of tug of war happening right now, not just in the situation, but internally, because you feel isolated and like no one gets you, and they're not seeing any version of the real you. And this is the place where you put that place together, is when you look at how you really want life. You're like, man, it would be just nice if we could cuddle, and if we could just have these long, deep conversations of love and connectivity, and you're not bringing it into real life. And so you're feeling isolated, alone, and this has you afraid of where the relationship is going. And so that conflict has brought out, along with the energy of Mars, a lot of anger, and a lot of a lot of explosions and accusations. So I'm hearing that there's a lot of different mediums where, not just in your relationship, but there's also things happening at work. Um, so there's some exhaustion as well that's kicking in here, and um, you're lacking the creativity and you're not flowing, and you're trying to hammer this in. So you're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole in every area of your life, and your partner is taking the brunt of it, and your relationship sector is taking a part of it. And you are going to have to begin to look at what it is that you really want to accomplish. And so the part of the longing that you see, that loving embrace, laughing and smiling, looking lovingly into each other's eyes there, they want you to start doing this. They want you to come from that inner knowing. Use the third eye visioning that you're using, but then act on it. And instead of force, with the mental part of you that's trying to make it happen the way you used to, you need to breathe new life in the relationship and do something new, do something unexpected. Set the intention for what it is you really want, instead of longing for it, wishing for it, hoping for it, daydreaming and fantasizing about it. And make some hard decisions about what it is that you can do from a real, authentic version of you, and then be dedicated to it. Really focus in, lock in on how you can articulate the best version of how you can express yourself, and then continue from an authentic place. You can't switch back and forth to passive aggressive. You're gonna have to pick your battle on the tools. Some of these toolkits, these things in your toolkit, you're going to have to put down now. And they're wanting you to also dedicate through the discipline. Jupiter and Aries, or Jupiter and Saturn, are going to help you with that. You're going to have to breathe new life. Now is the time to do it. Now is also the time to set the intention. Now we're going to look really quickly into what you can do and what steps you can take here. There's that. Those are the two, because I was only going to pull two. That's what they said. So whatever pops out comes show out. These are the two that fell. So let's take a look. Have faith in your dreams. What you're seeing in the vision that you have is correct, but they need you to bring this down. So when we look out longingly, it's not tangible. We have to micro focus on an intention, put the energy there from an authentic space, and then we have to speak it into existence. But also with that, you have to then engage. You have to engage. You have to do effort. And effort isn't, I'm going to buy you something really expensive. I'm going to take you somewhere really nice. These are tactics. This is passive aggressive. They need you to show up now inside of this. And when you do that, the romantic cycle begins, because you'll begin to actually have an engaged emotional connectivity with your partner, and they are longing for this too. All right, my friends, this is your love reading for the energies of December 1st. I'm sorry, through the 14th through the 31st. So now we are going to go into the segment of the predictions. So stay tuned. Here we are. My Aries Decantus. We're going to start off your 2021 predictions. So before we get there, all right, we are going to do your year's energy. So it's really important for us to understand what type of energy we are going to have. And the reason why we need to know this is so we can better understand our life path. Many of you may have tried numerology or have heard of karmic cycles, life path. What life path number are you on? So we've learned like never before. I'm going to pull those back just because we only need one card here. Your soul has a purpose. We all talk about it all the time. Well, in order to get there, pull it out, to become it, to connect with your soul, to heal, to move forward, to grow. We have lessons. And so this is going to be the soul lesson, your energy for the year. Okay? Last shuffle. Make it a good one. I love this card for you. So, this is balance. Okay? And, you know, just in your energy reading before, they were talking about choosing your battles. This is about how to be able to really bring to life that vibrant energy that you have while remaining true to the real you. And then choosing how to release that beautiful version and let your sun shine all over. You know what I love about the sun? It shines everywhere when it's out, right? And it just goes around to the other half. There's another part of the world. It shines all over in rotation. So you want to spread your love out and be able to also then connect with others and let that radiation come back in. So this is about finding balance between the heart and the mind. So a lot of the circumstances, situations, and things that are coming into your life in 2021 are going to require you to not be the old version, to stand between the mind and how to best articulate your heart with actions and speech. So now we're going to look at your soul's gift, your talent, your ability, that extra special, unique gift and skill that you have to bring balance, that state of perfection, that way of being the beautiful you. Because we've done enough, you know. And we're also, we're hearing that you are tired of that old way of being. You want to be able to express yourself in a new way, and this is how you do that. So, let's get one more good shuffle here. This is your soul skill. Something you may have grown into this year, 2020, that you learned or developed, a part of you, or that you saw shine through. This is an inherent ability. This is part of who you already are, or maybe a discovery that you just discovered that was already, they're already dormant. So, I love this for you. And I love this because of the fierceness of it. We've got some pretty good skills going on here. So this is the Shaman card. And we're talking about bringing that deep inner wisdom to the front, the part that you are hiding from others. We've got the deep owl, that deep wisdom, that old ancient wisdom. And then here you're going to see antlers, that gentle grace. So what they're saying here is that you have this regal ability to pull it all together. And when you're really connected to your heart space, you have that gentle kindness, that softness, but you also have the deep inner wisdom and foresight. And so to be able to touch both at the same time require mind and heart. Do you see that here? The shaman. Okay. And that's the balance. So you already have it, and now you're going to learn how to become it in everyday waking world. And now, what is the healing path? How, when you're going through different things, as you're growing, healing, and releasing those old ways of being, how do you hold that into place? How do you go about that? How does this path, how does the path that of your healing changes come alive in you? Okay. This couldn't be a better card. Okay. So you are going to have to learn how to rely on others and let others help you. This is letting your pride go. So when you're finding balance and when you're trying to find how to merge your heart and your mind together so that you can act, you will need to rely on others to really show you how to do this, because this is very foreign. It's really hard for you to live in an emotional space and feeling vulnerable. You don't like being weak, and so to you, showing emotion is weak. Even even the sad parts and the fear parts. But so we have to overcome the places where we have fear in the first place. So you're going to be looking at help um, from others, and maybe even a coach or someone that you can help you work through these things. You are going to need this. So whether that's Reiki, whether it's healing with singing bowls, whether it's crystals and crystal gridding, you're going to have to connect with someone that you can open up to and trust help you through this part of your journey. All right, my friends, this is the energy part of the reading for 2021. Stay tuned because now we're going to go into the predictions. All right, this is the point and place that you've all been waiting for. This is going to be your 2021 prediction. So we know what energy you're going to be carrying in there. We want you to go in strong, and we want to see exactly what's going to be happening in the relationship sector. So we already know that there's some dedicated effort that coming in on your part. And if you move here right now with the new moon solar eclipse and you walk into the abundant flow of the dynamic power of Jupiter and Saturn's conjunction here this month, you will be able, they say, to take a huge leap forward into your energy and finding that balance. Now, does your dedicated effort reward you? This is for those in committed relationships but haven't taken it to the next level, that legal level of walking the plank. Just kidding. So you want to take the relationship to the next level is what I'm hearing. You want to know if I put in this type of work. Well, first of all, let's clear that up. They're saying that the dedicated effort is about you being the becoming your divine higher self. So this is the mission number one. When you get there, then you can manifest that relationship. I'm hearing that you want to know, will all of this pay off? When will I be married? So you guys have some, you directly want to know. Well, let's see. All right. This is what's going to be happening. This is going to be a deep cycle for you. And so the beginning of the year in your relationship sector is going to feel long and drawn out. Here's what's going on. It's going to take you a few months. They are saying we are looking at your birthday and beyond before you're going to start really stepping into all of this information. Because this is a deep ingrained pattern and a way of living that you have been in. So we want you to definitely go back and take a look at the beginning of the month SOULSCOPEs where we did the year in review and see how you got here. Because this is going to continue now that you are aware of it. You are absolutely aware of it. You're seeing dreams. You are hearing this. It's time for change. It's time for change. It's time for you to do something new. There's obstinate. So first of all, we're coming from these two things. This is your cycle that you are going into the new year with. Status quo. And here's what they're saying. And we've been talking to you about this all year. And so here is now where you are going to meet this square on. You are going to be tired of living in the facade that you've got it all together, even in your relationship sector, because they are going to make you deal with the reality of what it really is. So this cycle is going to be pretty heavy in the relationship for you. You are currently already feeling stuck, lost, overwhelmed, alone, isolated, because you're not letting the real you out. And you're going to have to sit in that isolation before you decide to do something about it. Before you breathe that new life and that vitality in, you can take that leap now, which is why they showed it to you as the energy of right now. Because if you don't start making some changes right now in 2020, you are going to be holding on to this for a little while. This is stuck. They're not only saying stuck, but you are in quicksand. And the more you try to dig yourself out and force your way into any employment, I'm going to give it to you straight here. Any employment and tactical planning, reverting backwards into old ways is only going to bring you deeper into the quicksand. Sorry, my friends. And so you are going to be battling against not only feeling like that victim, and they've already talked about this. So these are energies that are just dragging into the new year because you feel like you know what to do best. And these games that you have played in your relationship are coming to an end. So will you get married? That's not, I don't see it. This is April, May, June. June is about when you will be ready to break free. Your fears are going to overwhelm you. Not only that, but you won't even be able to focus on the relationship much, because by April, May, this is going to be the place where you feel deeply hopeless and lost. You might even be facing the relationship breakup, because you can't. You're going to feel like the only thing that you can do is manipulation. So this is why balancing your heart and mind are going to be so important, and asking for help. We have all kinds of coaching and healing programs. I am going to recommend that you check out our website, Empowered by Love. Now, you are going to have the assistance. Again, here's that assistance card. I'm going to deeply implore you to reach out. Our self-love, our wounded heart coaching from our self-love club, our mind engineering, consciousness, and any workshop. Because you are going to need a helping hand. And this is friends, family, and guidance. And this is actually your ancestors are speaking right now, crossed over loved ones are speaking right now, which is why I'm telling you this part about us. And then you have ascended masters and angels that are going to be with you, guiding you, protecting you. But you're going to sink to an all-time low in 2021 at the very beginning. And this is going to grip you right at the beginning of January. So you are looking at lost causes, and you are going to really, really battle with yourself if you don't really take action on this now, because you are going to bear the brunt of that in your relationship sector. And for you, relationships is how you can control everybody. So this is going to be a factor that you're going to see in almost every area of your life. This is going to go around the wheel of life for you. You're going to not have any control over anything in any way, shape, or form. And they're also saying that health and well-being is also going to be an issue here. So that's just the first half of the year. So I'm going to stop right there before we go any further. I don't think I need to clarify, because I think they made that pretty clear. Will you get married? Let's see. Is the relationship going to get closer together or grow further apart? That's really the question, is what they're saying. They're telling you to remain positive. And really, this is where your energy of the year, that balance, bringing your heart and your mind together and holding faith. And they said that at the very beginning, these are going to be some key things for you, and having help, stepping outside of you now, because you're going to look out at this landscape and see emptiness, because everyone's kind of tired of the way that they feel that you've been treating them. So everyone is, I see they've turned their backs on you. And so This is going to be a really hard period to even be heard. You're going to have to express yourself from the heart, and you're going to have to not use those old tools, but remain positive, because when you start making those changes, they already said, even in the beginning of the reading, that new romance comes. So finding the self-love, finding the self-respect, beginning to love oneself in a healthy way, and letting go of the reason why you need to manipulate out of fear. Hold that positivity. Embrace yourself now, because you're going to need it. And I am Demi. I want to thank you for tuning in to I Am Powered by Love. I know this is probably not the way you thought this was going to go, but I'm going to tell you, it's better to be forearmed and forewarned than to not know it all. And see, now you can take decisive steps. Now you can start looking for the help that you need. The coaching, this is what we do all day, every day. We'd be happy to give you a free coaching consultation. We do this all the time. So check us out at I Am Powered by Love. And if this resonated with you, and you know that you're living in this situation right now, we want you to drop an emoji and let us know that you watched it all the way through. Let everyone else know that you watched it all the way through. Then check your partner SOULSCOPE, or drop this emoji about your money. And if you watch your partner SOULSCOPes, also drop your zodiac signs emoji, so that way we know who's connected with who out there. And I want to thank you for tuning in to I Am Powered by Love TV, and I will see you. Don't forget, subscribe and click notify with that little bell. Hit that ding the bell, and that way you get all of our great content, our soul messages, our pick a card, as well as elements of love, and of course your SOULSCOPes. And we'll see you. I'm Demi, signing out. Namaste.